have a very important candle close. Will we be able to close above 110K, or will we stay below and have the probability of going down to 100K? Welcome back to Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice, I'm just reading the charts. Alright guys, it's about 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. The price of Bitcoin is currently at 108,450. I'm starting off here with the weekly chart. We closed in about 8 hours and a half. Today I'm doing the episode a little bit early, but if we were to close this candle the way it is right now, it is definitely bearish. We are below the 21 moving average. It is a red candle. The stochastics RSI do have a bearish divergence. We are kind of rolling over here a little bit. The only thing I could tell you that's bullish is that we haven't crossed the 50 moving average yet. Every time we touched or got close to the 50 moving average, which is at 101,776, we have been able to bounce back up. So far, if we're able to close like this, it gives us some hope that possibly the next candle could still stay above the 50 moving average, and maybe we could work our way back up above the 21 moving average. Let's see what ends up happening within 8 hours and a half. We go to the 3-day chart. We did close this candle red, but we did bounce off the 100 moving average, the 80 moving average here. So far we have a green candle. The stochastics RSI still have to reset, but we are getting a little bit low here. On the 2-day chart, we're beginning to do the round bottom here to see if we can come back up. We are trying to get back above the 100 moving average. So today things are looking a little bit more bullish. On the daily chart here, we see that the stochastics RSI are still dragging here on the bottom. Again, I'm hoping that this scenario doesn't happen, because this could definitely bring us down lower. Again, this candle does close in about 8 hours and a half. We are still below the 200 moving average. We're barely above it. We have to see how we close. If we're able to just start curving back up all the way to the top, it's possible we could get back up at least to test this 21 moving average at $115,909, and hopefully we could pierce back up through there. You guys know I have this in a head and shoulder pattern, and we already did break the neckline, and we got a little bit of the measure move, but now we're starting to reverse. So let's see if it doesn't confirm and we could just start heading back up at least to test this 21 moving average. Right now, all I'm concerned about is getting back above this 200 moving average. If we could do that, we could remain a little bit more neutral to bullish. On the other time frames, like the 22-hour chart, we see that the RSI is pointing up, the stochastics RSI is pointing up. So this gives me the confidence that we could possibly at least come and touch this 21 moving average at $112,025, or possibly get to this 200 moving average at $115,270. I'll probably like this better. And if we could get here, even if we get rejected, maybe this could be the start of an inverted head and shoulder, where this is the left shoulder, the head. We get rejected by the 200 moving average, make the right shoulder, and then we could pop back up. By the time you know it, we're back above 120K. This is a possibility. Hopefully that happens. On the 10-hour chart, we are starting to get a little toppy on the stochastics here. We probably have a little bit more room. Hopefully, like I said, we could make it to this 200 moving average by then. We take a look at the 4-hour chart. This is where the other day I did have a head and shoulder pattern, and we got most of that measure move, a little bit more than half. And now we're kind of going sideways. Could this be a bear flag that we fall over? You see the stochastics RSI are a little toppy. So if we cannot make it above this 50 moving average, it's possible we could just start rolling over. I hope we can make it at least to this 200 moving average. Again, this is at 115K, and this is what we need to remain bullish, is to get above this 200 moving average as soon as possible, especially on the 4-hour chart. Since we are getting toppy, we could possibly start rolling over. We need to maintain this 21 moving average here at least as support, and that's at 107,598. We take a look at the 1-hour chart, stochastics again toppy. It still looks like we could roll up here a little bit more. It looks like we might be making it at least to test this 200 moving average, and that's at 110,576. Right now, all I want really is a candle close on the daily above 110K. That way we could stay above 110K between 110 and 120 range. If we close again below 110, then the probability is just we're probably going to stay under 110 for a little bit. On the 15-minute chart, stochastics are also getting toppy. What's good here and what's bullish is that, look, like I told you guys before, since October 13th, we fell below the 200 moving average. We have not been able to get back up all the way from here. All the way from here, we've been below, and now we finally got above the 200 moving average. So this is a bullish sign. As long as we can stay above the 200 moving average, and especially the 21, this is pretty bullish here. Here we did kind of like a falling wedge. We just did the measured move here. We are getting toppy. What we need to do is, once we come down on the stochastics RSI, we need to stay above this 21 moving average at 107,936. But now that we got above the 200 moving average here, now we have to look at the next time frames. On the 30 minute, we just got above that too. Now we have to see if on the 45 minute will be the next one. That's at 109,880. Like I said, if we could get back above 110, that'll solve a lot of problems that we have. So stay tuned at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Let's take a look on how the daily candle closes. That's going to be very important, and also how the weekly candle closes, most important of all. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe, and if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.